So we frequently have to think about our businesses in phases, right? The obvious one is at the end of every year we plan out the next year, but sometimes it can be after you get a big customer. Sometimes it can be after you raise some money. Whatever it is, there's some before and after. You know, we were in this phase, now we're going to this next phase, and I think it's very important as you think about these sort of large chunks of time and these large phases to think about how your business is going to get better, not just bigger. And I think that frequently gets lost. So let's take annual phases, right? So let's say you're at the end of the year. Last year you were doing 1 million in ARR, and next year your plan is to get to 3. So you're going to 3x the business. That sounds awesome, and you're going to be able to do it given the funding you have now. So that's wonderful. But when you look at the sub-metrics of what's going on, it becomes pretty clear in your plan that actually your sales team is getting less efficient, your contract value isn't going up, even though you're spending more on engineering, and you're having to spend 1.5 times as much on marketing to actually grow as much as you did this, or to grow to that level. That's a case where the company's getting bigger, but worse. And it actually can be dangerous because those things are really difficult to unravel. And so as you plan to scale the business and as you plan for growth, you need to think about, especially in the early days, how do we get bigger and better? And better, what I mean by better is better on a unit basis. That's the easiest way to think about it, right? It's less about whatever your unit is, whether it's one customer, one contract, one building, however you measure units. Given the fact that you're investing more, and typically teams other than sales and marketing are growing too, right? Product is growing, engineering is growing, you're delivering more value, you should be able to either charge more, retain more, sell faster, there should be word of mouth, something else should be going that should make your unit metrics better, right? Your annual contract should be larger, your LTVs should be longer because your customers are staying, your marketing metrics should get better. Your customer acquisition cost should go down because you have a better product. All in all, in the early days, it's not sufficient to just grow that absolute number because that can actually hide deterioration in other parts of the business. And I think as you think about investing more in your company and actually scaling it, it's really important as a CEO to pay attention to those sub-metrics because those are the things that's the foundation upon which this larger company is going to be built. And the reality is, even if you do 3, 4, 5x next year, we all know you're not done because the year after that, you have to do the same thing and you have to keep going until you're, 3, 4, 5, 6 years out and you've built a valuable business. And so do not be satisfied with a deteriorating unit metrics just because the top line looks good right now. Especially in the early days, that won't be good enough to build a great company.